Good morning, YouTube. It's Captain Naps here with you once again. Welcome back to Let's Play Satisfactory. As you can see, I've got a pretty good factory going on here now. It makes a number of different items, wires, rods, plates, biomass gets produced in here as well. All of it goes into my various storage containers, and tons of concrete as well from my little outpost over there. I just love some of the night effects in this game too. Some of the, it's not perfect. There are some issues with sort of the fog effects kind of fading in and out at weird random times. It's early access still, so I'm not expecting perfection by any means. Overall, it's very good. The ambient feel of this planet is very good. The foggy evenings where the distant rocky outcrops just sort of disappear off into the distance. Yeah, today, didn't quite make that jump. We're going to focus on building the next big step, the next big project in our development here, which is building of the space elevator. A special build project called the space elevator. This thing is huge, and it is going to just absolutely massive. And it's basically going to connect to an orbiting space station of some kind, I guess, where we ship some of our finished products to in order to enable further technological upgrades. Now, the first thing you'll notice about this thing is it is just absolutely gigantic. We need an absolutely huge flat space to put it. So I'm thinking up there might just be big enough. I'm going to probably need to add some foundations, but it looks like that's the biggest place. There's nowhere else down here that's going to be big enough, and anywhere I do put it is just going to sort of encroach on my factory building area. Other thought I did have was that I could probably put it down there somewhere. But the only trouble with putting it that far down somewhere is it's going to be a long way to walk to. And to me, a little almost nonsensical. It makes more sense to have it somewhere mounted up high, relatively speaking, rather than down low. So, considered it down here. I don't like it. I don't like it down there. I just think it's going to be too far for me to get to. When I do need to interact with it. You will need to interact with it a little bit. Oh, thank you. The map has completed its analysis. Let's go see what it said. And maybe we can analyze something else too. So only one thing can be analyzed at a time. The green power slug is completed. Tell me about it, Ada.
The crystals on this slug can be harvested and converted into a power shard that functions with current fix-it technology. Several buildings would be capable of performing over 100% capacity if infused. The derived blueprint is now accessible in Hub Tier 1.
So I now have a new blueprint available to me. I don't have enough pale berries to make that analysis, so we'll analyze this stuff here if I can do it. Do I have enough of that available? Do I need 10 of those? No, just one will do. Alright, good. 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Different amounts of time depending on the complexity. So, researching things gives you additional branches of your technology tree, which is kind of neat. So if I come to the hub, I now have... oh, I didn't even notice this. Before I even get to the space elevator, I do actually have the first 2 tiers available to me. So, I guess I have 2 options. I didn't realize this. I could either build that space elevator, or I could just try to build some of these. And here's the overclock production research. Need to provide certain materials to get ability to overclock buildings. Probably this, yeah, I think we're gonna, before we even get to the space elevator, we'll unlock some of these things, because some of these things are extremely useful. First on my list of very useful, the conveyor splitter and the conveyor merger. Very useful machines. So we're gonna definitely select that as our next milestone. Okay, so forget building the space elevator for now. I thought that had to be my next mission, but I've definitely got some stuff I could do before that. So let's just see what we got. $180 rods, 85 plates. I got 500 wire, anyways. So we're short on a few items, but we're getting better quickly here. Yeah, so let's drop those in there really quick, just the ones we've got. Actually, I'll save some of my rods and plates for later, just because I am going to try and... There's one thing I can build right now that I didn't build yet, but that I can build, and that is I can build my own new biomass burner. Build a little platform over here. start building a biomass burner over here. And all the biomass burner is... Where is the power pole connection on this thing? It's in that back corner. Okay. That's fine, we'll do it this way. And all it is just another biomass burner. It just simply takes in biomass and is able to provide power. I can step on those because those look dangerous. And then I need to connect it again to my power grid. So I'm going to remove my concrete wire for a second and expand my power grid in this direction, I guess. Now that power line is going to go underneath that conveyor belt. It's going to connect to there. And I have to connect it to my power grid some other way. Over and under the conveyor belt, by the looks of it. There we go, that should have done it. Looks like everything goes under the wire nicely. Now we've just increased the capacity of our power grid. Check over here on the power pole. We now have a 60 megawatt capacity. Now, any machine that I turned off before, and I did turn off a few of them before, I turned off this copper mine. So let's get that going again. I think I turned off this one. There, let's get that going again. And I think I turned off the other mine over here. Maybe it's... No, that looks like it's still on screen in yellow, so it's still on. Alright. So now those mines are producing. They're going to start using up power, but I don't mind because I've got lots of resources coming in. Lots of extra power now. Now I'm also going to check my existing power supply to make sure that those are not running out. Never-ending battle to fuel these power supplies in the beginning, but that's okay. Right now it's not taking me too long. This automated biomass production chain is helping a lot. Actually, let's ask one more question. No, I don't have that capability yet. Okay. And there we go. That just used up all the wood, and now it's trying to make nothing but leaves, so let's make another big biomass of leaves. Just had to switch the recipe there. Alright. Yeah, and then we just have to just wait. We're just waiting for a few more things, so I might go collect some more biomass and check in on these just a few more minutes. Alright, so we just did a whole bunch of running around gathering up materials, and as you can see, I'm just above where the copper mine is here, so I found a couple of neat things while I was looking around. So that one of the neat things about going around and scouting out for biomass is you do kind of explore near your base and find some interesting things. So the first interesting thing that I thought that I spotted was just simply a copper node. So there is a second, oh, there's a little bit of leaves I missed over there. There is a second copper node just above this one. So really not a shortage right now. You can see the production's just creeping out. So I don't have a shortage right now, but when I do get a shortage later, I will have that. The other thing that I noticed that is a little bit creepier is there's a cave over here, just hidden just behind some of these trees here. And this planet is a wash-in cave. Some of them are pretty small, some of them are pretty big. I didn't go in it yet. I thought I'd save it and let's explore it together. So occasionally you get little things like this here, little badly painted rocks missing from some slight change to the scenery, I guess. Again, this is early access. I'm not expecting perfection, but I am a little bit cautious about caves. You never know what you're going to find in one. There might be dangerous creatures. It might just be a little dead-end cave. There's a little something over there. I don't think that's a dangerous creature. I don't see any dangerous creatures in here. There's a little bit of extra copper ore, but I've got a mine producing all the copper ore in the world right now, so I don't need that. The only thing that's in here is this strange glowing orb. Cursor sphere. Work in progress. WIP. So it's not... I can pick it up. As part of the early access, it doesn't do anything yet. Limestone pure. So there's some limestone up there, but overall, okay, that was not a terribly exciting cave, which is good. I didn't really need to encounter any creatures today, but there are a bunch of caves. Some of the caves in this game are just magnificently long. There's some that are probably like almost a mile long that lead to very different places. So exploring the caves and exploring the world around you does provide some benefits. You do find interesting little artifacts like that, as well as more resources. So anyways, I spent quite a while there running around gathering stuff, so hopefully we've used up most of our wait time here. We should have enough resources gathered in our collection This wire just kind of just passes right through there, doesn't it? Oh well, it's a good thing it doesn't hurt me to touch the wires either. So I'm just going to gather the last resources that I need, which is a few more, which is another 100 rods. Oh, look at that. We got another 100 rods and 100 plates, no problem. I'll go ahead and gather that. And did this thing finish analyzing? Yes. And we're going to get a message from Ada about what it does.
Additional samples are required for R&D to continue developing a defense-oriented blueprint. The creature has been named Phacocoirus plumiuscata, or fluffy-tailed hog.
Fluffy-tailed hog, huh? Alright. Barrel nut. Let's research the barrel nut now. And in the meantime, while that's researching, we now have enough materials to launch our first cargo drone. So this is neat. Nice big red button. Push the button, and then I'm going to run away so you can see what happens. So
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge and split to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory.
So once you load materials
Productivity
into the hub,
display will help you
into the
measure
cargo
and
drone they
improve
go,
the productivity
and
of
up into
individual
orbit. And
buildings
it's
to
really
avoid
neat to watch. Like
optimization.
the animation on that is really done quite well. That'll go into orbit. If you look in the top right corner of the screen there, it'll have a countdown. It'll return in X number of minutes once it's delivered its materials to the space station. So in the meantime, I now have access to one of the most interesting and most useful devices next to the conveyor belt itself, and that is the splitter and the merger. You can now have different resources, different conveyor belts that split and merge. So I'm going to do the obvious thing here, and I'm going to split this one right here. So the key with the splitters and the mergers is just wiring in my way, so maybe I'll go over here. The key with the splitters and the mergers is to make sure that if you want to, you can line them up, and that's always nice, but make sure that the arrows, you see the arrows there indicate what's going on. The orange is the in, the green is the out. This is the splitter, so 1 in and 3 outs. It'll only go to the outs that you connect, though. Alright, I'm going to move that fairly close over there because I just want to leave a little room for me to kind of walk by on this side. So my iron rods are going to come out of here, go into the merger, or into the splitter, and then half of them are going to go into the screw machine, and half of them are going to bypass the screw machine. So when you have a merger, basically it evenly splits among whatever belts you have coming out. So if you have 2 belts, it'll just do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 alternate. If you have 3, it'll go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It'll just split it evenly among all the different belts, unless the belts are full. If the belts are full and clogged, then of course nothing else can get added to that belt, and it just simply tries to go down another belt. So now we are producing screws, which just it diverts some of our rods, but it also automates the process. We don't have to do anything else. We don't have to switch the conveyor belts by hand anymore. Let's do the same thing over here with wire and cable. I'm going to add another splitter right here. There's the orange for aligning it, and if you look, there's a green arrow there. That green line means that it's aligned with that splitter, so it's going to look really good because it's just aligned. In this case, it has no practical value because the splitters aren't connected, but it just will simply look good. It'll look very symmetrical here. So now half my wire's going in there to make cable, half my wire's coming out. Now, see, it's simple, very simple improvement, but that was a very useful improvement. Alright, and while we did that, 20 seconds, 18 seconds, here it comes. My cargo drone is back. It's going to dock on our space station, and we're going to be able to load it up with more materials, send it back to the space station to get in exchange for more production efficiencies unlocked. And there it is.
Milestone exchange.
It doesn't hurt you to be
completed.
underneath this
Exit
when it's
freighter
fired up.
reentry
I just
complete.
like to try and remain clear. It doesn't actually hurt you, though. Okay, so we did that. There's lots of useful things here. Biofuel is another useful one. I might research. I might try to get that one right away. Biofuel is very useful. Parts assembly. Assembler is also very useful. Chainsaw is very useful. Chainsaw is very useful. But let's do this. Let's go with... I'd like to try and start making some biofuel. So we'll select that milestone. Again, need stuff. Not a whole lot of stuff. I've probably already almost made almost everything I need, and it just simply is collecting in here as we go. Yep, 174 rods, 100 and... I'm just going to drop that off the top of here because I don't want to clog my inventory too much. And 500 wires, perfect. Everything I need. So some of this early stuff, I mean, and this is the beauty of the factory, is the factory is doing all the work. I just simply have to decide what I want to use the materials being made from the factory for. Let's launch another one.
Milestone
Bye.
reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure. Additionally, the biofuel blueprint will ensure improved fuel consumption of biomass burners.
Alright, so biofuel is...
Additionally, you can now build the space elevator, which is integral to your contribution to project assembly.
yes, I am going to build the space elevator eventually. But I'm going to do a few things right now. So biofuel is another neat resource that I now have access to. I'm just going to line this up nicely here. There we go. Can't afford. I need more reinforced iron plates. That's something else I would love to automate, is the production of reinforced iron plates. Guess what? I can do that with a little bit of help from my friends. I need lots of screws. Fortunately, making lots of screws. Lots of screws now. So we're going to use those screws, make some reinforced iron plates here. Oh, look at that. See, all those screws give me capacity to make a whole bunch of reinforced iron plates. I only need 3 to build a constructor. So I'm going to improve my biomass chain here. So this is now going to be the second step. So it's going to make biofuel out of biomass. So I'm going to take all of this biomass and I'm going to put it in here. I'm also going to drop a whole bunch of it. We're going to produce biomass leaves here, so I'm going to also drop a whole bunch of it in the output window here. It's going to go sliding through there, and I'm going to also build my rebuild my input storage container right here, where you lined up with everything nicely. This machine will just need power now, which I should have a free power connection. I do not. Why do I not? Because that one stole from the wrong power line. So I'm going to shut down all these machines for a second, just for a second, because I'm going to redo this power grid right here. There's going to be a power pole here and a power pole here. You two are going to connect to this one, which is going to connect to that one, which is going to connect to that, and you are going to connect to that. You are going to connect to that. Okay, now I have every machine powered, and even without power it was still outputting all of its biomass here. So I'm not going to put any leaves in yet because I want to go through these. So what this is doing now is taking the biomass that I made previously, converting it into something called biofuel. Again, just like the biomass was to the bio leaves, the biofuel is just a much more efficient fuel. It burns much slower per unit while generating the same amount of power. So a little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to replace what I have in my generators with what's coming out of that machine. And again, this is just to improve the efficiency. This is improving the efficiency of the power supply. These are not going to last very long with so little fuel in there, but it'll start and it just gets the biomass out, which I can then put in here, and it's just more efficient. And that is the motto of the game. Stay effective, we keep being told. Alright, so I got all these biomass I have to still put in here. I almost wish I had left the storage container here initially. That was kind of silly to take that away so quickly, but that's okay. I'll come back and deal with that again in the future, but now it's just generating a different power source. I'm going to try and stock these up. Look, that didn't even use up 3 units. And there we go. In the meantime, our pod is back. What else can we go for here? Conveyor walls. Those are kind of neat if you want to build walls. I haven't built walls around this factory. I kind of like the open look sometimes. This is very useful, the assembler and object clearing. Assembler and the object clearing. Object clearing takes a little bit less, so we're going to start with that. Mostly I like the chainsaw. With the chainsaw I can chop down trees, which is great because I have a whole bunch of trees kind of scattered throughout my platform there, just kind of growing through it, so I can finally get rid of all those. And not only does it get rid of them, but it also then provides wood as a resource for getting rid of them. So as I expand my factory, I'm going to want to get rid of some of those. So let's see what we got. We need, you know, we need iron plates. You know what? Before we even do this one, yeah, we're going to do the assembler. I'm tired of making iron plates by hand. So let's change it. Parts assembly, the assembler. So the assembler will allow us to make iron plates automatically as part of our production line. This one's almost out of biofuel. So that's what we're going to target next, is parts assembly. Yeah, that's a really useful one. It really is. So we're slowly producing things. It's not particularly fast. Wire is being produced at a very high rate. Get lots of wire. Oh, I need cable as well for this, so let's just see if we have enough cable. Yeah, we do. We do. My inventory is also getting very full here. So I have all the wire I need. I have all the cable I need. I have 100 iron plates so far, and not even 100 iron rods. It's going to take a little while, but process is automated. All I have to do is just stand here and let it happen. Stock these, make sure they don't run out of fuel. Now I've got a much more efficient power supply happening. And that's it. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll just simply cut away for a little bit while we just wait for those resources to generate, and we'll come back with even more biomass and more of that. I might just go on a little explore as well, so we'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, so I'm back at home base again, and I had a little power failure while I was gone. Check the power pole. Looks like I've gone over capacity on the power grid. So gonna just check. Hold on, the power grid is at 60 megawatts. Yep. So we are gonna need to build to have some more power. Using iron rods. Well, while I was gone, I should have made lots of those. Should be this one. Enough, anyways, to build another generator at least. So there we go. Take some of the biofuel that was produced in here, drop it in there, connect it to the grid, and oh, I'm missing cable. Cable should be in the last one here. I have everything I need, it's just a matter of not always having it in my pocket, but I am manufacturing everything I need. There we go. The animation does not mean that the power system is working. Alright, so this should increase my capacity to 80 megawatts total, which should be enough to handle all the machines that are drawing power now. Excellent. This thing is still manufacturing biofuel out of all that biomass that I put in there. Slowly but surely. Drop that in there. I'm going to just do something smart I thought of while I was gone, which is just, I'm just going to drop all the leaves that I found in here without the conveyor belt. They won't go in yet until I finish using up all those materials. The other thing I'm going to do, I kept on kind of running out of things while I was gone, so I just went on a little explore, gathered a whole bunch of biomass, but yeah, I was gathering all sorts of other stuff too. So, let's see if she's done. Yeah, MAM analysis is done.
Barrel nuts can be added to the object scanner catalog after unlocking the new blueprint in Hub Tier 1.
Pale berries are going to be researched now, and then I'm just going to drop a bunch of stuff into this container because I just want to free up space for whatever I gather, all the resources I gather. So I don't want to have too much stuff in my pockets, really. Yeah, that's probably good. I can get rid of all of that. Keep some of those resources anyways. It's not going to hurt. And we'll go back to exploring. I was off having a little look-see. I found some more resources. Yeah, just going to continue wandering around while this thing keeps making materials that I need. So just a quick status check as well. Didn't really make all that much. I didn't get that far before the power failed on me, so got a ways to go before I get enough rods and plates, but that's fine. I've got nothing but time right now, so I'm just going to go around again and do some more exploring, gather up some more materials. I'm just going to make sure that all of these have sufficient fuel to run for a while. Ooh, this is almost out, so that one's going to get the fuel. And that's it. I'll be back in another couple minutes. Alright, so we're back at our factory yet again here. I spent about 5 minutes, not even, gathering biomass, and I got a lot of it here. I got another 1,000 units of leaves here. I also found another power slug while I was out there exploring, so that's great. And I'm just going to put this in here, and that's it. That's all the biomass that I had, which is great. Now I can hook this up, and it's going to just start manufacturing tons and tons of biofuel for my factory. I'm going to check on the status of my biofuel here. It made a whole bunch while I was gone. I'm going to distribute this to my various power. Try to keep them relatively full. And while I was gone, I also had a little bit of an epiphany, because it still is taking a long time to produce everything I want to produce, right? 66, barely even getting there. There's a few things I could do. I could stop making screws, which would probably be beneficial, because I probably have enough of those already. One thing I could do even more is just simply increase the number of production lines. So let's do that. Let's just going to stop the screw production for now. It's going to take a while, because it's still going to have to fill that buffer, but it'll eventually divert more rods to the storage container. But what you can also do is you can just simply increase the number of production lines. So there are some choke points in my production lines. Really, the choke points for the wire line here, obviously, is production of wire, because it's filled up with copper. But the other choke point I have here is the smelters. They're all full of iron. There's lots of iron coming in, and they just can't smelt them as fast as they get iron in. So I could use my conveyor splitters to my advantage and make more of them. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing, is we're going to start opening up a couple more production lines down here. So, add a couple of foundations, make my factory a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. I'm going to run out of concrete here shortly. Didn't really think about it ahead of time. I just sort of came to that conclusion, and I really didn't check into any of my resources, so don't fall off the edge. I have tons and tons of concrete. Look at all that concrete we have from just producing it for forever at this point, non-stop. So we can just continue. We can make this factory as big as we need to at this point. And yeah, so we're going to add. So what I was proposing was take the output from this mine and divert it to 2 production lines over here. Use that output that's going into that smelter, split that for those 2 mines there. So for that, we're going to need a couple of more constructors, and again, I don't have the iron plates, but I can make them really quick. So we're back over here to build some more constructors to improve our production chains, to expand them, make them go a little faster. Now, a couple things I want to do. So I'm not going to build constructors down here. I'm going to build the constructors over here. But I'm not going to build them all the way up there, because it's going to be too close to that mine. So I am going to have to just sort of build them kind of somewhere like this. And that platform looks like it needs to get a little wider there to be able to do that. Running out of room here, so I might have to rejig my factory yet again. Oh, and these are backwards. Oops. Just realized I want the input still facing that way. The smelter's going to be down there. So why do I want them kind of not lined up with these ones? The basic reason is that eventually I'm going to tap the output of these with probably some mergers and some splitters, and divert some of the output from here, instead of going into storage, into an assembler that is going to make some reinforced iron plates for me. So in the meantime, I'm just going to add a storage container right here. So this is going to be iron plate manufacturing is what this is going to be. Missing iron plates, ironically. Okay, I do have quite a lot of them here. Actually, it's not bad. We're getting quite a few of them in storage while we're going here. So we're getting there, but I'd like to increase the rate at which they're being produced. There's the green line that indicates everything's aligned. So what we can do is we can have a merger here. And what I'll do is I'll put it there. I'll line it up with that one, and the output, we'll put it to this side. So the output's going to come from there. Perfect, that fits there. So the output of both of these machines, they're both going to be producing plates, and they're both going to go into storage, at least for the time being. So then on the other side, so now that we have splitters, we can talk about tuning our rates of production. So iron plates get produced at a rate of 30 per minute normally, or 15 per minute, but they need 30 inputs per minute, and I'm pretty sure the smelters each put out 30 per minute. They do. So 1 smelter for each constructor is going to be necessary. They're a little bit narrower, so I can have the narrow platform. I just don't want to cover up this iron node right here, so we're going to make it a little bit narrower here. So production, smelters, nope. Production, smelters, there we go. Missing iron rods now. One of these things will have iron rods in it. There we go. And we're already almost producing enough iron rods anyways, but... Okay, so now we should be able to build smelters. 2 of them here side by side to process all my iron. Conveyor belt from each one that goes in there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to remove this and this. We're going to add another power pole. Nope, don't have enough wire to do that. Just need 3 wires, but I'm going to add probably a couple more power poles. I need at least 1 more power pole there. So, if I can, why can't I grab that stuff? There we go, 3, and then I need 3 more. Yeah, stop grabbing the machine. There we go. Okay, so we're going to build a power pole right here for these 2 machines, linked to this whole power line right here. This probably will overload my network yet again. Oh, it's not aligned nicely, which means put that there, and I'm gonna just connect this there and connect that straight to that next power pole there, like that. Okay, good. And then I'm gonna need 3 more wire again. Why can't I seem to grab these wires? They're very annoying. 1, 2, and 3. I really should just grab just like a whole bundle of wire here. Yeah, it's smarter. Turn on my smelters, put some iron in them, they'll start smelting, and then I'll connect up my conveyor belts. So we're going to need that there. Connect those with cable. Hopefully I have enough cable. 40 cable should be good. Oh, okay, so that's going to connect to those machines. That's fine. Good. Iron. Going to drop some iron in you. Iron. Nope, not copper. Iron, there we go. And then we just have to link some things up here. So, we've got to split the inputs here and here. So, logistics, splitter. Let's make sure the input is there. Line this up right there like that. And make it nice and close to that machine. It goes in there as well, and this just comes right out of there and goes right in there. Now we're feeding both of those all the time. How's my power grid doing here? Oh, not too bad. Get rid of that. And I'm going to get rid of this, and this, and this. Just because I'm going to change it up here, but I'm just going to drop the extra copper back, or extra iron ore back in there. Okay, so it's got to be aligned on this axis. So here's where the alignment comes in nicely. So it's aligned on this axis here. The splitter is going to come in there. Green line, show me lined up with that machine there. Perfect. Iron ore comes in there. And goes in there, just nice and neat. It doesn't hit the power pole. And there we go. We're now feeding both those machines. Now, the only thing I'd like to do now is change this. So this is going to be iron rods from now on. And we're going to change. So what we can do is remove this, and this, and this. So that one on the right is the iron rods, the one on the left is the iron plates, but they're going to be stored over there now, so it doesn't really matter too much. But what we could do is we'll just merge these 2 together. So some of that iron rods are still going to go in the screw maker there. Let's see, output. Output should be on that side. Now, is this one able to... No, that's too close to that machine, darn it. Okay, no problem, no problem. So we need to align it, and then go 1 notch beyond. Should be able to hopefully make it past that machine. Otherwise, it's too close to the machine. There we go. So like that. And then that is the iron rod storage, correct? Yeah. So the output from this machine can go in there. The extra output from that machine can go in there. And now we have lots of iron rods coming in there. We've got lots of iron plates going in that one. This is kind of redundant now, but so we'll just take all the iron plates out of it. Lots of iron rods going in there. And they're almost as fast as I can make them. They're coming out and they're merging into one big conveyor belt. So there we go. We have just doubled the rate of production of iron plates and iron rods, which should help us reach our eventual objectives here. So we need still, perfect. We need, I'm just going to take all this, 200, oh actually we might not have enough iron rods. We're going to be a little bit shy in the iron rods department, darn it. Close though. We're going to be about 10 shy right now, but that'll happen pretty quick now that we've got everybody making them. 266, 294. But we do have all the plates we need, so we just need the iron rods. In the meantime, quick little biofuel check. Make sure none of my generators are running out. You're practically out. Take everything else that's in here. Make sure that nobody is going to run out of fuel anytime soon. You might run out of fuel soon, so be it. You'll be the next one to get topped up as we make more biofuel. Still lots of leaves coming out of there going in here, so good. Alright, there we go. So now we've got a much more powerful production chain. We have now doubled the capacity to make iron rods and iron plates. And this is where the power of the splitters and the mergers comes into play. You can optimize the number of machines. Every machine has an input and an output rate, an optimal input-output rate. So this should take in 30 iron ingots per minute, make 15 iron plates per minute. And so if your output of a certain machine doesn't match, you can then split the incoming materials to match it better. So for example, this mine is outputting, I believe, 60 per minute. No, 120 per minute, so still. And it's only able to process 30 per minute. So I still have more production coming in than I'm able to handle. I'm still producing double the amount I'm able to handle with these two smelters, but it's better balanced than it was before. It's not stopping and slowing down as quickly here. So there you go. That's a big part of this game, is just the fine-tuning eventually to get the factory running at the most optimal production rates without wasting your machines, without having them sit idle. Any yellow light you see is an idle machine. It's not running. That one's a screw machine. I turned that one off on purpose. But yeah, you don't want too many idle machines. They're just wasting time and power. You want them all operating pretty much all the time. That one there is a little bit yellow because it's backed up, and then it flashes green for a second when it has some capacity to produce. It turns yellow again. That's fine. Let's just grab some more biofuel before I think this guy was going to run out here. Yep. And if you run out, that might just crash my power grid. So that's it. Did I grab the iron rods that went by? I think I did. Yes, I did. There we go. Ready for launch. Parts assembly. This is going to be one of the better ones. Again, this is one of the really useful steps to reach. And this is a new machine. I'm just going to hop up here just to give you a sense of scale. This is something called the assembler. And the assembler basically takes two inputs. So you see it's got over here on the side, it's got two inputs. So you can make a part out of two different parts of input. So the example I'm going to use is the reinforced iron plates. Require both iron plates and screws. I can't make it with a constructor because they only have one input, so I need this assembler. It's a pretty big machine. I'm going to need to definitely find some more room to build this. So there's lots of things you can do in this game. That's one of the beauties of this. You can build out. The one thing about this game, physics is not really huge in it. I can fall, but my platforms can go on unsupported for as long as I want. I can build a huge platform out here with nothing underneath it as long as I've got just a little floor, and I can put my machines on there, so that's an option. Another option is building up. If I decide to build walls, the easiest way is to build walls here. So just to use an example, if I build a couple of layers of wall here, I can then build a foundation up at the top of the wall and add a second floor to my factory. So I have to decide how I want to do this. I'm kind of running out of space laterally. There's a bunch of space back there. So I'm not totally out of space yet. I don't think I can quite jump. Oh, I almost made it. Anyways. I have some space over here, so if I was to expand my factory in this direction, which is going to be a little tough because this is sort of the input side of the factory. I have some empty space here. I could conveyor belt some of those plates around here and assemble stuff over here. It's not impossible. But I am running out of space, so the other possibility is to go up. I might go up, build a 2-story factory here, just to just to try it anyways. It might be a little bit neater, a little bit more effective, and as I start to unlock more and more production lines, it's going to probably become more and more necessary. So, have to decide what I want to do. But I think I'm gonna cut the video here. I think that's enough for today. So I've doubled my production. Definitely made it much more efficient with a few of the extra technologies I've gained, and I'm still gonna have more technologies coming back. There's a lot more technology to unlock still, so stay tuned for episode 4. I don't know what we're going to quite do in episode 4 yet. I guess we're going to probably try and build that assembler, but I don't know how. I don't know where and how yet. I'm going to take some time to think about it. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoy this game. I really like this game. It's just crazy to look at this factory just working away for me, just making all these materials slowly but surely. They're not particularly quick. But a lot quicker than if I stood there at the bench and tried to make all of these things individually myself. So it's neat to watch your factory start to unfold, start to become complicated, start to really, you know, kind of reach new levels. And I love just walking around sometimes and just having a look at the stuff happening in my factory, all the different processes, all the different conveyor belts, just carrying different materials around. It's quite a thing to behold when it starts running well. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you liked the channel. Aviation videos, for those of you that are at all interested that are watching these, they will come back eventually, but right now just don't have the time. This is just a quick little diversion to keep my channel going. So thanks, and we will see you all next time.